Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video I will be ranking the best swords from every C. So let's get started. Starting off with first C weapons. There are a total of 3 weapons that you should get. Starting off with saber, you get this by completing the jungle puzzle. This was the first puzzle which was added to the game. After you obtain saber, you can make it V2 by reaching 1 million bounty and killing someone on the same level as you. After you obtain saber V2, all the moves get upgraded and do a lot more damage. One unique thing about this weapon is that the Z move has a chance of getting a critical hit, which makes it do over 7,000 damage by just a single move. That's pretty much it about saber. The next weapon you should definitely get in first C is going to be Soul Cane. You get this weapon from the Magma Village in first C. You can buy it for 750,000 cash. It is used by a lot of bounty hunters in second and third C because of its extremely good stun. Most people would just use this weapon for the stun, but it can be used for sword mains too. The stun move also breaks observation haki, so it can be a combo starter if you have good aim, and can be used with gun mains too. Overall, it's a very versatile weapon and definitely worth buying considering the price is lower than most other weapons in the game. But yeah, that's all about Soul Cane. Moving on to the third weapon. The third and final weapon that is worth getting in first C is going to be the Dark Blade. This was added on update 1, so technically it is a first C weapon, but now you can get it in any C. Either way, this weapon can be obtained by buying it with 1200 Robux or getting gifted by somebody. Similar to saber, you can make this V2 by doing the Sun's Quest, where you retrieve a bunch of love letters and return it to Robot Mega. After that, your moves get slightly modified and you do way more damage than before. You can also get White Yuri, also known as the Slayer skin, by completing another puzzle. This weapon is insanely good for PvP since it deals quite high damage and the moves are extremely fast with really low startup time, unless you hold the move, which makes it slightly stronger. The sword is really fun to use and has great combo potential. You can do really fast combos with it because of its fast startup time. It's also a good match with Buddha fruit when grinding. Overall, it is definitely a S tier sword. That's pretty much it for Dark Blade in the first C weapons. Let's move on to second C weapons. Also make sure to get Katana from first C. So in second C there are another 3 weapons that you should try and get, and which are worth it. The first weapon is going to be Shisu. So Shisu is a legendary tier sword which can be bought at random from the legendary sword dealer. Shisu is well known for being an extremely good sword for PvP because of its combo potential along with insanely fast move. It might as well be the fastest sword in the game and recommended to get. If you don't know how to get this sword, the legendary sword dealer spawns every 6 hours in a server with one of the 3 legendary swords. You can talk to the manager NPC in cafe to know when he spawns and look at the wiki for spawn location. The next sword is going to be Koko. This sword can be obtained by killing the lore NPC in the lore raid with a 10% drop chance. It isn't too hard to get, and in PvP it can be godly if used right. The moves do quite high damage, and if you have good aiming skills you can do a lot of unescapable one-shot combos. The moves has good range, and if you use the control fruit the range becomes huge, and you can hit enemies anywhere inside the room. Other than that, it's extremely fun to use, and that's quite it for this sword. The last best weapon that you should get in second CS going to be Pole V2. This is a legendary tier sword. You get this by completely awakening the rumble moves and doing one more rumble raid after you complete that. You get teleported to Enel NPC on a mini sky island where he sells you Pole V2 for 5,000 fragments. It is considered a S+ tier sword because of its damage and stun. It has a extremely good stun which is really helpful in combos. Because of its stuns and high damage, it can be used with any build, which makes it versatile. Both of the moves can also combo into each other, which could easily drain more than half HP of any player. It is also a good sword for grinding, since the moves do not have knockback and can damage multiple enemies at once. Although it's really expensive to get since Awakening, all Rumble Fruit moves take 14,500 fragments, and on top of that another 5,000 fragments to actually buy the sword. Other than that, it's also the first sword which costs fragments to buy, so that's cool. Some people even consider this to be the best sword because of its easy to land skills and really long stun. It is highly recommended to get if you have good amount of fragments. But yeah, this is another fun to use and an overpowered sword. That concludes the second C swords. Let's move on to the third C weapons. So there are going to be 3 must-have weapons in 3rd C. Starting off with Tushita. This is a legendary tier sword added in update 15. It has insanely quick attacks and really high damage, making it another S+ tier sword for PvP. You need to be level 2000 in order to be able to get this weapon. After you are level 2000, you need to spawn Rip Indra, then head to the waterfall room in Hydra Island. Inside one of the waterfalls there is a secret room from which you can enter a portal, and you have to light 5 torches there. After you do that, you can fight Langmaron Floating Turtle to get it. This sword is definitely in the top 3 swords for PvP because of its huge hitbox, short cooldown, and fast attacks. With E-Claw and Tushita you can do a really fast and easy one-shot combo. Overall a OP sword. Let's move on to the next one. Next is going to be Cursed Dual Katana. Everyone should have expected this, but yeah, Cursed Dual Katana is a mythical tier sword which can be obtained through the Cursed Dual Katana puzzle, for which you need both Yama and Tushita at 300 mastery. After that you need to complete 6 quests in total to get 6 Alucard gems, so you could open the boss room and fight the Cursed Skeleton for the weapon. This weapon is widely considered as the best sword for PvP because of its long ranged and high damage attacks. It has extremely high combo potential and can be used with fruits like dough to create unescapable one-shot combos. A unique thing about this weapon is that the sword ignores the damage reduction of dragon fruit, making it good to counter dragon users. But yeah, nothing much to say, it's definitely a godly weapon though. Moving on to the next sword. Last but not the least is going to be the Buddy Sword. Luckily Buddy Sword is one of the easiest sword to get in the game, since you have to kill the Cake Queen boss and half a slight chance to get it, but it's totally worth it. Both the moves are quite fast, so it's hard to dodge them. Also the Z skill does really high burn damage and stuns the opponent for roughly a second. Both the moves do insanely high damage. You can also snipe people with the X skill, a unique mechanic of the X skill. It does more damage the further the opponent is, so yay, that's cool. Well yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Here are some honorable mentions. Anyways, if you made it this far, make sure to like and also subscribe while you are at it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.